Hi, I'm Linda from Sewing Bee Fabrics. I want to show you how you can make this sports bag. It's drawstring top, it's lined with waterproof fabric and it makes it perfect for doing sports bags for school.
First up, you'll need to design the pattern. Mine was made as a sports bag for a 5-year-old, so for an older child you'll likely need to make it a little bit bigger and make the drawstring a bit longer too. I made mine about 30 centimetres wide, which is about 12 inches, by 35 centimetres, which is about 14 inches. And then I added a tab above, which was about 5 centimetres tall, which is about 2 inches, and a width about a centimetre or half an inch less than the main bag. If you want to embroider a name or a picture onto your bag, it's better to do it before you start sewing it together. You'll want to cut 2 of your pattern in a lining fabric. I use polyurethane laminate, also known as PUL, because it's waterproof and it's very difficult to stain. And then 2 also in outer fabric, which I use cotton. You're going to put them pattern side together, so around the outside of each of the bags, ignoring the tab parts, but when you're doing the lining layer, make sure to leave a space at the bottom to be able to turn your fabrics through. For the cotton layer, I'm just using a standard foot, just doing a normal straight stitch. To sew around the corners, it's easiest if you leave your needle down, lift your sewing machine foot up. You can swivel your fabric and put your foot back down to carry on sewing. To sew the PUL layer, I'm using a knit foot. This lifts up and down off the fabric as you sew, so it doesn't cause any stretch. If you haven't got one of those, you can also use a non-stick foot or a walking foot instead. Don't forget to leave a gap at the bottom to turn your fabric. I find it easiest to do if you leave it in the middle. Next up, we're going to join the 2 pieces together. You're going to want to put your lining inside your outer layer, but you're going to want to do it so that the lining looks like it's the right way round and the outer layer looks like it's the wrong way round, so that both the patterns are facing inside. We'll be sewing all the way around the top of the fabric and around the tabs, leaving no gaps at all. As long as your PUL fabric is underneath against your feed dogs, you can have a normal foot on the sewing machine. Just be extra cautious as you're sewing around your tabs that your fabrics aren't moving and you're keeping an equal distance around. The edges of the cotton are still prone to fraying, so we need to finish them off to make the bag a little more durable. What I'm going to do is use an overcast foot. This helps you do a zigzag over the edge of the fabric and holds the stitch a set distance apart to make a perfect overlocking stitch. If you have an overlocker, go ahead and use that. If you don't have this foot, you can do a zigzag stitch close to the edge. When you come to the top like this, just flip one of the fabrics underneath and you can go the other way. To turn it the right way round, just find your hole at the bottom and pull your fabric through. I would recommend hand sewing your lining closed. I prefer to use a ladder stitch, which is also known as an invisible stitch. Then just poke your lining fabric back inside. Make sure your corners are all pulled out. Fold your tab down on itself inside the bag so it creates a little tunnel, and then pin that in place. Then sew it down. Tie your cords to a safety pin and then just push it around through your tunnel until it comes back again the other side. Tie yourself a knot and cut the cord to the length that you need, then just push that knot back in through to the tunnel of the bag so that it's hidden, and then your drawstring bag is done.
So if you enjoyed finding out how to make this sports bag, don't forget to hit share or like or subscribe, and we'll bring you more sewing tutorials soon.